So far, we've covered 3 strategies for scaling your serverless apps. Lucky for Critter Junction, we have 3 more up our sleeves. Stay tuned. To review, Critter Junction's new wallet app lets users send and receive virtual currency. They're using Cloud Functions to provide response to queries around wallet amounts. But they hit their database backend rate limits, so they couldn't experience the scale that Serverless provides and wondered what other tips they were missing. So my team came in and helped them set up instant scaling limits on Cloud Functions, Cloud Tasks to limit the rate of work done, and stateful storage to defer results from long-running operations. Let's explore 3 more tips. Number 4, use Redis to rate limit requests. Sometimes you need to perform rate limiting in the context of the HTTP request. For example, you might want to protect your system from abusive users with per-user rate limits, like 100 wallet queries per minute, to control the flow of requests to your serverless workloads. Or you might need a back pressure to the caller of your serverless workload, like if your wallet transactions called an API that checked for fraud, which has a limit of 100 requests per second. You need a defense measure to ensure all your serverless functions respect that limit and prevent the API from excessive use. And Redis is great for doing this. It gives you a very low latency key value data store, plus basic data structures and operations that make it one of the preferred backing stores for rate limiting. Google Cloud offers a fully managed Redis service called Cloud Memory Store. If you want to learn how to use Redis to limit Cloud Function invocations, check out the link below. Tip 5, use Cloud PubSub to process the work in batches. When you're dealing with a large number of messages, you might not want to process every message. A common pattern is to wait until messages have accumulated. Cloud Functions integrate with Cloud PubSub, a messaging and ingestion middleware. Instead of invoking a Cloud Function for every message, serverless workloads can use PubSub as a place to accumulate batches of work, since the service will store messages for up to 7 days. Then you can use Cloud Scheduler, a managed cron job service, to process these items on schedule. You can even trigger the batch processes based on the number and age of accumulated messages. This will help you control the flow, and your functions can better handle increases in trigger requests. And finally, our last tip. Use Cloud Run for heavily I/O-bound work. One of the most expensive components of infrastructure is compute cycle. When your serverless workload is just waiting for a remote API call or waiting for files to read, these are billable moments. Cloud Run, a managed platform for running stateless containers, lets you specify how many concurrent requests it can handle. This can mean big increases in efficiency for I/O-bound workloads. For example, if the work being done spends most of its time waiting for replies from slow remote API calls, Cloud Run supports up to 80 concurrent requests on the same instance, which shares the same CPU allocation. What you want to do is 1. Tune your service performance for the maximum stable concurrency. 2. Set your expected level of concurrency in any code level configuration and deploy your service. 3. Set Cloud Run concurrency equal to or less than any code level configuration. 4. Then use load testing tools that support a configurable concurrency and make sure that your service remains stable. Critter Junction now has 6 strategies for their serverless scaling in their back pocket. They can use rate limiting, set instant scaling limits, and products like Cloud Run, Cloud Task, Cloud Scheduler, and Cloud PubSub to help manage load on their serverless instance. Even highly scalable systems should have limits on consumption to reduce the chance of cascading failures and maximize throughput. For more details on these tips and an awesome decision tree, check out the link below. That's a wrap for a season of Scale. Stay tuned for more strategies for scaling on Google Cloud, and remember, always be architecting.